Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankaracharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam Guru-Brahma Guru-Vishnu Guru-Devo Maheswara Guru-Sakshat Param-Brahma Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Phunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidyushavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Arjuna Uvacha Sannyasasya Mahabaho Tattvamicchami Veditum Tyagasya cha Hrishikesha Pruthakkeshi Nishudana. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Kamyanam Karmanam Nyasham Sannyasam Kavayo Vidu Sarva Karma Phalatyagam Prahustyagam Vichakshana. Tyajyam Doshavadityeki Karma Prahur Manishinaha Yajnanatapah Karma Natyajyam iti chapare. Nischayam shrunu me tatra Tyage bharata sattama. Tyago hi purusha vagraha Trividha samprakirtitaha. Yajnanatapah karma Natyajyam karyameva tat. Yajno danam tapaschaiva pavanani manishina. So, as Arjuna asked the question regarding sannyasa, Lord Krishna is answering. The first point he highlighted, look, there is no difference between sannyasa and tyaga. Both are synonymous. And secondly says, look, different people talk differently about sannyasa and tyaga. And some people says, look, this is to be done, that is not to be done. But however, there are three types of sannyasa. Or you can say there are three types of tyaga, both are one and same. So in short, there are three types of renunciation. So before going that, he says, look, yajna, dana, tapa, karma, not tyajyam iti. That's what we saw in the last class. So these three are not supposed to be given up. This is to be done karyam eva. There is no choice. There is no any excuse. Because yajna, danam, tapaha, these three is pavanani. So it is a purifier. So it makes the person to be prepared to get ready for all these things. So now, when this thing says, that again says, etanyapitu karmani sangam tyaktva phalani cha kartavyani iti me partha nishchitam mattam uttamam iti. So now when he highlights also, look, that tyaktva. So tyaktva means renouncing. So renouncing of what? Sangam. Sangam means the attachment. We'll be seeing in details how and how it works. Cha phalani, and the result. Etani, these actions, these karmani apitu, these actions alone, kartavyani, we need to think as kartavya, to be done, to be performed. So with this attitude, look, I need to perform. Iti, this is me nishchitam mata iti. And not only ordinary mata, says, look, uttamam mata iti. Matam. So this is the best matam, best teaching, O Arjuna. Now, when we look at this yajna, dana, tapa, so we need to understand very carefully. So in short, this is called fundamental religious activities or duties. That is what we came to. So these fundamental religious activities or duties are important to all of us. Now we cannot give up, nor we can get attached to it. It's a very tricky situation. We cannot give up, nor we can get attached to it. That's what is being highlighted. So that means I need to look at this yajna, dana, tapa, this religious fundamental activities. Duties gone now, bringing down to activities, are my sadhana. So when I look at them as sadhana, so that means sadhana by itself is not sadhya. So sadhya means end, okay? That which is to be achieved. So sadhana by itself is not an end. Like to get the job is sadhya. To get the job, you did sadhana. What? You went to this university, that university to get the certificate. So you are studying, going to the university, being sadhana for the sadhya called to get the best job, or some people to get married also, okay? They do it. Whatever it may be. Now, to sadhana cannot be, need not be sadhya. Now I look at yajna, dana, tapa as a sadhana. So when I look at yajna, dana, tapa as sadhana, then automatically what happens? So this yajna, dana, tapa are not sadhya. They are not end by itself. So when they are not end by itself, I am not attached to it. Because I am attached to only sadhya, end result. So when I am attached to the end result, keeping the end result in my view, I do everything. So the more I am attached to the end result, the more I am, disturbed, agitated, intolerant. Can you see this point? The more I am attached to the sadhya, the end, while doing sadhana, first of all, I don't look at them sadhana. Even if I do, definitely my focus is not on sadhana. Always my focus is on sadhya, the end result. Suppose the end result doesn't happen or something here and there goes, what will happen? My sadhana will be dropped. I am destroyed. People surrounded by me also are destroyed. Can you see this point? Because I pretend that I am doing sadhana, but in reality, I am not doing sadhana at all. That's why many people from Vedanta get dropped because they are not clear and sure that whether it is sadhana or sadhya. So that's why yajna, dana, tapa. So these, let us say, three religious disciplines definitely to be performed. At the same time, we cannot get attached. Why we should not get attached? That's the point that we also last class we talked. Because it generates punyam, antah punyam and bahya punyam. Internal punyam, you get internal some benefits, good benefits, also externally. So bahya punyam in the form of comforts, like you have got good job, good family, a good society, good colleague, good friend circles, and of course, best car, best thing, this, best that. So these are called bahya punyam. Also, you have another punyam called antaha punyam, internal punyam, that is in the form of what? The values. So that means what? So we say ahimsa shanti arjavam iti. So when all this value system comes, that gives you internal comfort. Now, when you get both internal and external comfort from this religious discipline, so there is a possibility that one will get attached to it. And many people do that, because I remember one incident, it happened with us. So there was a person so who took sannyasa. So which is good. So after taking sannyasa, next day was this Amavasya, new moon. So on new moon day, he has to do tarpanam. So he has to, do certain naimitika karma. And he was restless. So technically, he knows he cannot do it. He need not do it. So he became restless. Then he went to Puja Swami. Swamiji, I cannot handle myself. I am restless. I think something is wrong, because so long I have been doing it. How can I give up? So Puja Swami said, okay, calm down. Things will settle down. Don't worry. So can you see this point? When a person does something for a length of time, even though later on knows it is not necessary, not required, understands, but the habitual pattern takes over. Thank God that person was with Puja Swamiji. Suppose had he not been with Puja Swamiji or a teacher, what will happen? Suppose with another friend circles, those who perform these rituals, what they'll say, hey, don't worry, you should not give up, continue. That's why when you are in a confusion, in a dilemma, you should not be associated with the people, those who are in dilemma. Remember this point. When you are in confusion, when you are in dilemma, never ever get associated with people, those who are in the same type or parallel to or similar type of confusion. Instead of guiding you, they will misguide you. They will allow you to continue with your confusion. That's why always we make it very clear with reference to sannyasa. That's why you'll be talking. Why the role of the teacher plays a big role. So that's why let me not get into in too much. Here being highlighted that let me continue with my religious discipline without fail. But at the same time, I cannot afford myself to get attached to entangled by them. So that means I look at them as sadhana. So morning getting up, for example, is my sadhana. So when I look at morning getting up as sadhana, now if I am sick, I am not able to get up, for example's sake. Body does not allow me to get up. So I need not be too much disturbed. You can say, Swamiji, it's a wrong example. When body does not allow to get up, we enjoy. Okay, we got big excuse. Why, Swamiji, you are giving a wrong example? Give some other example, okay? So anyway, I have to think of some other example, okay? So that means one has to be really clear that these three to be done. Why to be done? Let us look at. नियतस्य तु संन्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोहात् तस्य परित्यागः तामसः परिकीर्तितः. Look, he is going to now start these three types of sannyasa. So as all of you know, in the previous chapter, everything was divided into three: sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. And everywhere it started from sattvic, then rajasic, then tamasic. Now here he wants to reverse the process. So based on the preparedness of the mind, there is Tamasic Sannyasa, Rajasic Sannyasa, and Sattvic Sannyasa. And remember, when we say Tamasic Sannyasa, also Tamasic Tyaga, there is no difference. Rajasic Sannyasa is equal to Rajasic Tyaga. Sattvic Sannyasa is equal to Sattvic Tyaga. You have to be very clear. So don't get confused with, okay, sannyasa is different, tyaga is different. No, not necessarily at all. So now, he says, look, you won't need to look at why we say these three types of sannyasa. Because of preparedness and unpreparedness of the mind. Because we look at this way, how the karmas, the actions, the activities also can be divided into three categories. Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. So what is Sattvic karma? We say very carefully. So paropakara karmana, the karmas, the actions, where more people are being benefited. So those activities, those actions, those karma called Sattvic karma. Then what is Rajasic karma? So Rajasic karma we say that paro parodasina, para udasina karma. So when you say para udasina karma, parodasina karma means the activities that you do not take others into consideration. You are indifferent to others. Udasina bhava. You don't bother, you don't care whether others exist or not. Me, and me. So what I am going to get is more important. What is happening to my family is important. Whatever happens to others or not makes no difference. So it is me, and me. So that means I am indifferent to others. I never take others into consideration at all. So those karma, those actions are called Rajasic karma, Rajasic karmani, Rajasa karmani. Then the third one is called Tamas, Para apakara, Parapakara karma. So that means those karmas, those actions, karmani or karma, that harms others, that creates difficulties for others. So by putting others into difficulties, now creating some harm to others, I get benefit. It is like politicians, in short. So politicians cannot be called as Rajasic karma. Look at any election. Election, have you ever heard any election speech without hatred? I have never heard, okay? It's impossible. The whole election is based on hatred policy. So you have to bring others down in order to win in the election. So when they do tamasic karma and they are the leader of the country, how do you expect that they will be rajasic? Forget sattvic, okay? But they pretend. That's why we say this politicians are like elephant. The elephant has got two types of teeth. Okay, one is for consuming, other one is sowing tusk. So the politicians have got two types of face. Please don't misunderstand. Look at this concept very carefully. Because we get carried away all the time with reference to politics and politicians. If a politician comes and shakes the hand or one word says which is suitable to me, wow, such a great politician. How? So this sattvic, rajasic and tamasic karma determines the personality. Suppose I am a person who is always acquainted with, let us say, tamasic karma, definitely I will hurt others without my knowledge because that is my life. I cannot. Because I think I have to, like politics, if you get into politics, whether you like it or not, you have to talk against other opposition leader. You have to give hatred speech. There is no choice for you. And if you don't talk, you cannot be politician either. So also, when I do Rajasa karma all the time, only me, and me. So my tendency is always insecurity. Tamasic karma, completely extrovert, dangerous, harmful. You cannot rely upon that person. Maybe may put a mask like politicians. But it is very difficult to trust those people. You cannot, you need not, you must not. Because basically their panda, their thinking, way of living is tamas. How to take revenge, how to prove, how to establish. Whereas when it comes to rajasic karma, now a person who is endowed with, who is acquainted with, who always performs rajasic karma, now that person becomes what? Always insecure. Feels always challenged. And that person is always restless. And if there is no grace, this is the most important aspect. If there is no grace, and if you don't have good sangha, if you don't have good association, it will not take much time to go to tamas. So a rajasic person to become tamasic person takes a few seconds, which is natural and which is instinct. Whereas when you have anugraha, Daivanugraha, Ishwara, what you call Ishwara Anugraha, Daivanugraha, and Guru Anugraha, definitely there is a possibility, not necessary guarantee, okay? There is a possibility that from Rajasic you can think of becoming Sattvic. So looking at this, now let us look at this verse so that it becomes easier. Karmanaha sannyasa na upapadyate. So that means there is no chance. Now upapadyate is not possible at any circumstances to give up, to renounce these karmas. And what are the karmana? Three type karma. So what are they? Yajna, dana, tapa. So that means yajna, dana, tapa cannot be given up. Because we call that what as nitya karma or niyatam iti, compulsory. Because as you know, what are the compulsory? How we do this also we need to understand. Sometimes I do talk people that, hey, you should do exercise every day. And of course, pranayama, if I say, they don't listen. No, okay? They think it is Swamiji having some marijuana or some other thing. So Swamiji is dreaming, okay? But once in a while, when they come to the class, they say, Swamiji, all the time you are talking Vedanta. Once in a while, you should teach also pranayama. You understand? However, let me not get into too much. Hey, I'm not talking you people, okay? I'm talking some unknown people. However, coming back. If you understand the importance of exercise, not value of exercise. There is difference between value and importance. If you understand the importance of exercise, every day you will do exercise. If the value of exercise is being taught, those values are in the mind, okay? And somebody will say, Swamiji, I am doing exercise on my bed. Mental exercise, okay? There are different type of people, okay? That's why nowadays this chair yoga, this yoga, that yoga has come. You understand? However, so the more I understand the importance of exercise, if I don't do exercise, what will happen to me? Then only I do exercise. So also here, this niyatam karma, the more I understand the importance of it, if I don't do, what are the things going to happen? Which is irrecoverable, impossible. So the more I understand this aspect, the more I do without any question, without pain. Or else, morning, Swamiji, don't make this class. Have mercy on us. And we want Saturday, Sunday break. And especially in West, crazy world. Swamiji, you should not get up in the morning, Saturday, Sunday. We should not disturb our neighbor. You understand? I don't want to get into too much, okay? Doesn't look. Saturday night, you can disturb. Friday night, you can disturb till 1 o'clock, okay? But morning, you should not disturb. Even if Swamiji you get up, the down fellow also get disturbed. You're caught, moment, whatever. You should not work. Then what can I say? Is this excuse or not? But remember, yes, even though it is not to be given up, mohat tasya parityagaha. So whenever I give up, not because of anything, but because of delusion. So delusion here means ignorance. So ignorance of their values, their consequences. So that means the ignorance of what is going to happen. Those consequences I am not aware, nor I give importance, nor I focus, nor I think. Then suddenly when something happens, I try to wake up, but too late. And I wake up with a sense of heart. Remember, whenever you are hurt, whenever you are hurt, it's not because of others, but because you are doing Rajasic karma and suddenly something goes wrong, doesn't happen according to you. That's why you, when try to wake up, you are hurt. Like morning, many people wake up with a jerk. Imagine, after a good sleep, somebody makes a noise and wake up. How do you feel whole day? Very painful or not? Nobody wants to get up with a jerk. Nobody. So how is it painful to get up with a jerk? So also the heart. Your way of working, your way of functioning, way of thinking, way of living is happening in one pattern. You are comfortable. That can be 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, 10 years. Suddenly, some jerk comes. Something happens, it disturbs your way of thinking, way of living, way of working. What will happen? Which you never expected. Then you are hurt. So that's why the heart is not because of outside or anything. Heart is because of the ignorance of the consequences. So the more I am ignorant of the consequences, the more I get hurt. That's why everyone nowadays, Swamiji, I am hurt. So shall I get some ointment to apply your heart on your heart? What is this? If you go to a doctor, if there is a heart, what they do? In fact, they will make sure to cut some more to remove all the wrong things, clean properly, then only they will apply ointment. But what you expect? No, 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 you should not touch, but only keep applying ointment on me. Swamiji, you should support. Whenever I am hurt, I am talking to you, I am coming to you. You should not challenge me. In fact, you should listen to me. What am I, your psychologist or what? You understand the concept? Hey, if you are hurt, if you are coming, I must hurt you more. I must challenge you more so that clean your wound properly so that it will heal by itself. That is the teaching. However, he says, look, if this is not, this sannyasa is called Tamasic Sannyasa. So, mohat tasya parityaga. Out of pain, out of strain. So, when you give up these three karmas, definitely that sannyasa is called this Tamasic Sannyasa. And remember, in this world, there are full of Tamasic Sannyasis. If you don't understand, go to any organization. If you have this understanding, you can look at. Hey, don't judge, okay? That's not your job. Look at yourself too. We'll see more of it tomorrow. Om Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, all of you.